Snake Man here with mouse, rat, whatever you call it. It's a wiener rat. And brown snake. We're the only people in the world that breed these things. Eastern brown snake. This one's a 4-year-old. Bred from devenomised parents. And we have a snake. What's this? Come on, snake. Eat. Food. Food. It's called a rodent. Bang. Now, these guys are wonderful. We're the only, as I said, we're the only people in the world that breed them. And these guys are very, very smart. Amazing as it sounds, while they kill more Australians than any other snake, myself and my staff free handle these snakes every day of the year. And I mean every day of the year. These guys do snake shows. We do more snake shows than there are days of the year. Some days we can do up to 20 snake shows in a single day. Yeah, up to 20. We do up to 20 snake shows in a single day. Sometimes we'll have more than 10 different engagements, 10 different clients in a single day. And what happens is when we handle these snakes, they're not interested in biting at all. One of the reasons is they are well treated. 2 is they are very intelligent. And 3, they learn that when they're being well treated, there is no reason to bite. In the real world, they generally run away from people, and when they are not allowed to run away, they may or may not bite. If you handle them with sticks and tongs, they generally will bite because they don't like bits of metal landing on their head and squashing them and breaking ribs and all that sort of stuff. However, because we free handle our snakes on a daily basis, we don't employ sticks and tongs. We give them the best possible handling tool of all, which is the human hand. And we of course allow them to move around relatively freely, and yeah, as I said, they're not interested in biting at all. We use devenomised snakes. They've had the venom surgically removed, so even if they did choose to bite us, there's no risk from our point of view at all. But I mention that because it is all important and relevant, because with snakes, of course, when you're doing shows, you don't really want to put people at risk. I'm trying to work this camera to see if we can get a decent closer up shot, but it doesn't seem to be working too good. Anyway, cut a long story short, yeah, we don't believe in putting people at risks, and of course the operation's basically painless for the snake. 6 minutes under the knife, venom glands are out, the snake barely knows the difference, and of course life is normal for the snake. In captivity, they don't need their venom because they don't need to kill their food. We give them food that's already been killed prior, as in taken out of the freezer. And then of course we thaw it out, usually in hot water, and then just feed them off. As it happens, when they're wet they go down a bit quicker than when they're dry, so there's a few more advantages there. Venom is not used for digestion of food, and in fact 2 studies I'm aware of that have timed the digestion rate of snakes with venom and those without. Both of them actually showed that snakes without venom actually digested food quicker. No one really knows why, but it's been surmised that snakes' venom is used to, like a preservative almost, in terms of these animals, so that if I bite a prey item and it runs away and then dies, it preserves it in reasonable form from the bacteria and other decomposing things, so that when the snake does come along and eat it, it's still relatively fresh. Snakes do not eat rotten, mouldy food. They like it fresh. I suppose if you wanted to describe them as the fresh food people, without getting in trouble for trademarks, maybe it would be the snakes. They're not people, but they're certainly into fresh food. They like it fresh in the real world, and in the human world, well, as fresh as it gets is usually out of the freezer. As you can see, they don't have trouble getting the food down. This is a large item. The snake's not in a good position. He'll probably pull backwards and stretch it out a bit and get it in. Brown snakes have a smallish head, but the adult brown snakes have no trouble knocking over mice. This snake is just under 4-year-old as we watch it. It was born hatched out of an egg about 4 years ago in about a month's time. This video is now being made in November 2011, and I think it hatched around December, January, whatever year it was bred, I can't remember. We've had a bit of variation there. We've had some I think have hatched around Christmas time, some have hatched as late as February, even into early March. I'm just trying to recall. It's hard to recall. We have bred them so many times, and the egg laying and the mating is somewhat determined by when we call the snakes in the winter prior. If we have a late hibernation, they breed later. Early hibernation, they breed earlier. As you can see, this snake now has pretty much got the mouse down. It's taken all of about 4.5 minutes to get it down, and that's not bad. Decent sized food. You can see the snake, and it's all very, very good. Now, just remember, when it comes to snakes, if you want to see brown snakes, there are other displayers in Australia besides us that have them. However, if they get bitten in the middle of their show, well, your show will be over. with us, if we were to get bitten, it wouldn't worry us. More importantly, from the point of view of the kids and the bystanders there's no risk to anyone at our shows, and that's why Snake Busters got the legally enforceable trademark to say we are the best in Australia, as in Australia's best reptiles. And one of the reasons is we have an unrivaled safety record, and more importantly we can guarantee that at any of our venomous snake shows. So there you go. Now just remember, if it's not Snake Busters, it's always a risk.